I'm meteorologist from my city. It's Saturday morning's MadnessCast. Here we go. Yesterday, big day for severe weather. A lot of it down here with a complex of storms that developed early in the day up in Nebraska, then just kind of headed southeast, and another one developed over Wichita and headed southbound through Oklahoma. So we had a lot of wind damage type reports yesterday. One tornado report here by Kansas City, and scatter reports elsewhere around the country, which is not abnormal for summertime, which I think we're in. All right, the rain that came through the mid-Atlantic states is out to sea now. The low clouds and everything that are here are going to break up today and allow for some sunshine. Then we're going to get into a pattern of thunderstorms. It's not going to be a warm week coming up, folks, especially for areas north of that line here next week. It's not going to be warm. Okay, that's for sure. And we have one complex of storms heading down toward Dallas-Fort Worth this morning, and then we're watching this area down here for development. That's our development area next week. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. That's it for that. The radar this morning, you can see a thunderstorm complex heading down toward Dallas-Fort Worth. It should weaken out as it heads down that way. Some rain coming across New England this morning. And our surface maps, you can see that back to our cold front, pretty far southbound now by this evening, and then we'll get the cold front back through here. Okay, and then tomorrow, another cold front's coming through the northeast. That one's going to produce some severe storms. All right, and could be even some thunderstorms down here around the Gulf Coast states. That could be a little bit on the the heavy side, and a big storm coming in through the western part of the country. All right, I did a post this morning on the severe weather for tomorrow. You can see these storms here. Hail and damaging wind producers mostly. I won't be surprised if there's a quick spin-up tornado in there, just because of the way everything is. But for the most part, it is a wind and hail kind of situation coming through from New York State down to West Virginia. Okay, and then Monday, a second cold front will be coming through. Okay. And that one could produce some more severe weather as well. Okay. All right, on to the tropics. So nothing right now. Okay, but look at this area down in here. That's where we're watching. I have my map. I got this area here for development. Okay, down here. Okay, then the sort of the window of movement is anywhere from Houston over toward Tallahassee. Okay, probably right now looks like, based on everything, it's probably going to be something like come up, like they're not right in New Orleans, but something like that. That's what I think is going to happen, and this might have to be extended over to here too. But for the most part, watching where this thing comes in for flooding. That's what I think is going to be the big problem with this storm now. Is going to be the flooding. Whether it really gets to, I don't think it'll get to a hurricane. I might be, I'm always surprised with tropical features. They always, last year they outdid themselves every storm. So, but the water is a little bit cooler up in here. So we'll have to see. Right now, it probably could become a tropical storm, which would be Bill. And at least tropical depression, but certainly heavy rain will be the problem, and the flooding problem that will be the issue. Hurricane Center is watching that area too down here for development, and the GFS model by Friday has a storm down here, not a strong storm, but a storm. All right, and then it kind of brings it up, kind of splits it in half, has one center here, one center here. It does weird things. Every run of the GFS is. Europeans all over the place. Everything's all over the place right now. Okay, it is. It's always like that before you get a storm developing. But the message today is we're watching this area here. Something's going to come probably up like this and out like that. Exactly, the track is not certain yet, but impacts right now look more favorable for heavy rain than wind damage, unless this thing really gets its act together and really blows up. But heavy rain looks like the big problem. Flooding could be the big problem with this storm that's coming up here next week. Okay? But again, it's not a warm week next week, certainly for the northern tier of the country. A lot of cool weather coming down, kind of holding the temperatures down. The heat is going to be back in here where it's going to be well in the 100s, probably 110 plus in many areas. So it'll be really hot. It's through the deserts and really kind of hot weather pattern down there. You know. Okay, that's the weather for Saturday. I'm meteorologist Hermon City.